Imagine a state that deploys an autonomous weapons system in an active armed conflict. The system selects a target without human intervention. Civilians are killed. The attack is unlawful. The state responds. The machine malfunctioned. The commander lacked effective control. The system acted outside its parameters. Under the ILC Articles on state responsibility, none of those responses dissolve state responsibility. Not because the law ignores technical malfunction, because the law begins one decision earlier than the strike. It begins with the decision to deploy. The ILC Articles on State Responsibility, the authoritative codification of customary international law on state accountability for internationally wrongful acts, establish a two-part framework. Article 2, it requires two elements for an internationally wrongful act to arise. First, the act or omission must be attributable to the state under international law. Second, the act or omission must constitute a breach of an international obligation of that state. Both elements, and Article 4 establishes the foundational attribution rule, the conduct of organs of the state, including its armed forces, is attributable to the state under international law. The decision to select, authorize, and deploy an autonomous weapons system in armed conflict is a conduct of a state organ. It is attributable to the state before the first targeting decision is made. Here is the insight that reframes this entire accountability debate. The dominant framing of state responsibility for autonomous weapons violations treats the state's culpability as contingent on the system-specific act, which target was struck, which civilian was killed, which proportionality calculation was wrong. That framing is a generation behind the law. Article 1 of the ILC Articles on State Responsibility holds that every international wrongful act of a state entails the international responsibility of that state, and the wrongful act is not located in the autonomous system's targeting decision. The wrongful act is the deployment decision itself. The affirmative exercise of state authority to field a system that structurally cannot comply with the state's binding obligations under IHL, International Humanitarian Law. Keep watching me on my channel, the AI Law, Global Security, AI Risks and Liability. See you there.